And it says that we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fun in the Country Basement. The November, 4th, I think it is, 4th episode. And today it is just Walter and I. So, Walter, I'll go ahead and let you introduce yourself first.
Hi, I'm Walter. I'm the country part of this Fun in the Country Basement. You can catch me on YouTube, on Twitter, at Kuntry3D. So here we are. I did just get notified for all you in chat that Fun in the Country Basement is on, so y'all go watch that.
Well, at least you get notifications. I don't get any notifications anymore at all, and neither one of my two computers, so I don't think that it's computer related, and I've checked everything I can think of. So, yeah. But anyway, I am Glenn, and this is the FK1, and together we are Fun King 3D. Xander's on the other side of the wall over. I'm getting dirty death stares from Xander. Yeah, with a machine. Yeah, welcome to our channel. You're here on our channel, and if you're not subscribed to our channel, we'd love for you to do that. If you're not subscribed to Walter, we'd love for you to do that too. His information is down in the description. And Mr. Chris Riley himself is not joining us today, so we don't currently have a basement. But the big news, of course, being Chris Riley now being on Twitter. So you can find him at Chris Riley 3D there on Twitter. So running down the chat real quick, we got NJ Printing in the house, Paul Cumber, The Light Speed, Uncle Ron is here, Shane from Prusa Research, Tony Ryan, and a lot of repeats. We got some Nightbot in here. The doctor's office is calling me on a Sunday. That's weird. Patrick Niehoff is in here. Robert Reynolds is here. Rodney Lormore is here. Hello, Rodney. I haven't seen you around in a bit. Rodney is one of the contributors to the FK1 project. 3D Maker Kid is in the house. Wiley 3D is here. Ricky Tanner is in here. Michael Cassell is here. Trolling for Dollars. Don the German 3D printing nerd. Tristan is here. Mitch 3D is here. Whew. You know, we're gonna have to disable the chat up until the thing starts, because otherwise it takes too long to get caught up.
Yeah, Michael Castle, that's at Chris Riley 3D on Twitter.
Yeah, not just Chris Riley, because there's another one of those out there, but it's at Chris Riley 3D.
You know what's really cool about the other Chris Riley though? He's into 3D printing as well. So.
Yeah, which was that was really quite amazing. Sean is also here. So
and Scalda too.
And Scalda is and Scalda. So I'm gonna put this out there because you know, I've told you guys for a long time that I'm transparent and I'm not gonna hide anything. And so I'm going to tell you all right now that I am losing the sight in my right eye, and which that's actually the doctor that was just calling now. I have to go see a retina specialist on Wednesday to find out if I qualify for the treatment, and the treatment will either be laser, which we're hoping for, or a needle in my eye, which I'm not looking forward to. So, but if I read something wrong or if I'm straining to see something, that's why these lights kill me. But
you're hoping for the laser. We're hoping for video of that needle.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine. Like, because I went to the eye doctor, and the eye doctor sent me to the retina specialist. But I'm like, how do they like stop you from twitching your eye and stuff? You know, like they stick the needle in there, and then you're gonna be like looking around, and it'll be, you know, I don't know. It just sounds awful, but yeah. So I guess my lesson to all of you guys is take care of yourself, because when the crap finally hits the fan, it isn't any fun.
And don't replace your partner.
And don't replace your partner with a 3D printer. Oh, we're gonna do a live unboxing right here.
Really? Because I got one of those too. So go ahead. I got a piece of mail since I'm not doing mail thing Thursday anymore.
Well, I ordered this. This wasn't a fan mail. So it is a lovely roll of AIO Robotics red PLA. I did. I just gave it to the new partner. I have to print some more Makeys, some more little Makeys to give away before this weekend. Hey, if you guys didn't know, Xander and I, well, and Zach and my wife and the FK1 will all be at Orlando Maker Fair this weekend. Harley Martin is in the house. Hello, Harley. Sean's telling you to open your package, Walter.
Open mine. Well, mine actually was fan mail, and he's not here. And that I was actually going to wait and see if he showed up first, because it's from Thomas Lamarine, the 3D printing llama. So I want to wait. I want to wait and see if he shows up.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he'll pop in a bit.
So we're going to wait for that.
He sends fun things.
I don't know. So.
Well, he normally sends fun things. I don't know. Maybe he sent you a box of glitter. I have no idea.
Really hope not, because that would really suck, because my back and shoulder still hurts. And to jump out of the way when glitter explodes in my face, not going to do me any good.
So I have a special treat for everybody. I'm going to peel the plastic off the top of this bed live here on the air.
That is, Sean. I think I have a package coming from somewhere in the vicinity of IC3D tomorrow.
Yeah, I have that box that Sean sent me was like 50 pounds. It was heavy. It was heavy.
But 40 pounds of that was to me.
Oh, well, because you were supposed to come and get it, but now you're not coming. So too bad, so sad.
No, now you have to drive it up here to Tallahassee.
I don't think it works that way. Oh
no! Did you not see that he come out with the Kuntry 3D orange?
I'm not really sure that that's Kuntry 3D orange. I'm pretty sure that we decided it was going to be named shoot you in the eye projectile gun orange.
Oh wow.
I asked him how close it was to Nerf orange. And he said he wasn't sure. And then somebody said, well, you can't name it Nerf because that's a trademark of Hasbro. And I said, no, you have to name it, like shoot you in the eye with a projectile gun orange, something along those lines.
3D printing newbie and Mapro 6, welcome. Harley Martin, we skipped you, buddy. Sorry.
Oh, no,
man.
I said hi, Harley.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah. Bennett, I appreciate your sentiment, and I'm sure that they will fix it the right way as well. So the problem is actually in both eyes. It's far enough out on my left eye that it's not affecting me, but it's right against the macular in the right eye. So anytime that I look at something, if I look dead on it at about, I don't know, about 8:30, 9 o'clock, there's a blotch in my vision, and the glare is...
Hey, Uncle Ron, we're actually working on that, buddy.
What are we working on? Orange with blue specks?
Yeah.
Or blue with orange specks would be nice too.
Sean says, shh.
And Uncle Ron is offering to chauffeur me to the doctor. I will definitely let you know.
I guess he's asking how old you are, Glenn, because I'm 75.
What's that?
Lightspeed asked how old you were.
I will be 46 this year. I will be 46 in about 2 months.
He's just a young whippersnapper.
It's because of the diabetes. It's not an age-related thing. It's not taking care of my blood sugar.
You should have ate more oatmeal, man. Took care of that diabetes.
Diabetes. Yeah, it's a sucky thing, but so replace it with a thermal camera. Be a cyborg bionic eye. I'll turn this thing on. So I've been playing with this. I haven't printed anything else on it yet. But I've been playing with it to get the bed level, and I will admit this is a pain in the butt to get this thing leveled. I've had diabetes for about, I've probably had it for a long time. I was diagnosed about 4 years ago. So, but I'm sure I had it way before then, because I don't go to the doctor until something like, you know, like all of a sudden my arm's falling off, and I'm like, oh, I should see a doctor about that.
Yeah. Uncle Ron reminded Sean that he boots people in the butt, people he doesn't know, instead of poking them in the eye.
We'll just poke you in the other eye to make it even. Well, no, and that's the big joke, because my right eye is actually my good eye. Like, it's the most clear vision. My left eye, I had a cataract in it a few years back, and they replaced the lens, and since then it's been a little blurry. And so now I'm literally blind in one eye and can't see poo out the other. Been meaning to tell you your printer is crooked. We didn't know you couldn't see it. Oh, I know. That's probably why I'm having a hard time compensating for it. It's all like, it's all wonky.
I'm good, Paul Cumber. Thank you for asking, buddy.
Do you still have the Benchy you printed off the FK one in your live stream? Absolutely. We have this one. Try not to show my crotch today. How's that?
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, so we have that Benchy, and from that Benchy came this Benchy, the grow to the light Benchy. And then from that Benchy, we went to this Benchy, which did a little layer shift right here in the beginning, but was going fine, but then it broke off the bed, so I stopped it before it got out of hand. And the next morning, we had that Benchy.
That's better.
Not too bad, huh?
Nope.
It's not fast by any means, but it wasn't built to be fast.
I have a new Benchy. Can I show my Benchy?
Yeah, absolutely.
I started this Benchy Saturday morning for those of y'all that watch the show, and there is my Benchy. 8 hours and 4 minutes worth of Benchy, and it turned out fantastically. Thing prints fantastic. Love it. It just takes forever.
Sean, you say the sweetest things.
Hold on, I do got to show them though. There's the purge block, and if you notice, you can cut not one, but if you flip it over, you could almost cut 2 Benchies out of the purge block.
Now, somebody said, this is off the topic of Benchy, but somebody said that you can set this duet board up to be a hotspot.
I haven't heard of anybody getting it to work well, but yes.
Because I mean, I have an extra router. I might just set up a router and take that with to attach my laptop and the printer to.
Yeah.
But and then if I can, you know, hack it over to attach to my phone, then everybody's got internet too.
Mitch, you're right. That would be the case. But a lot of the layers are hollow. Especially on the bottom when you're on that first color, because it doesn't actually shift. Now, every layer after that up to here where it's all pink again is solid. But then when it's just one color, it only makes the lines across. It doesn't make a solid block. I don't know if I can, yeah.
Shane wants to know, he said you should have made more Benchies out of the wipe tower, but he wants to know what filament brand.
Shane from Prusa?
Yeah.
Oh, that the filament brand's top secret.
Do we have another Shane? Yeah, Game Critic Shane.
Yeah. But the filament that I'm using is under evaluation right now. So the shiny filaments that I like and Carl from NAC 3D like are pretty expensive. So I'm actually researching some now that may go out under a Kuntry label in the future. Paul Cumber says he can't wait for Mailbag Monday, Glenn.
Oh, Shane Fuga. I forgot about that Shane too.
Yeah.
Darn it. Too many Shanes. Everybody change your name to something that nobody else has.
Yeah, Shane Fuga. That's Fugatech, though, right? Or Fujitech, however you say it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good people.
Yeah.
Why would you need to attach your phone? Does Duet need internet? No, but I might need internet on the laptop, was my thought. If I tie my laptop to that router and then I need to go, I would have to change my Wi-Fi connection each time. I don't know. I like to make things complicated.
You can't use your phone as a hotspot?
Yeah, but if my laptop is attached to that router, I would have to unhook from that router and hook to my hotspot to go out on the net and then disconnect and go back to that router.
Yeah, no, I thought you were talking about at Orlando Maker Fair.
I am.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though.
But I don't want to connect the printer and my laptop to my phone and run hotspot all day long.
Well, no, what I'm saying is though, you can hook it to their hotspot, can you not?
Oh, I don't know if they have a hotspot.
Ah.
I don't know if this package comes with internet.
Okay.
So I made this bracket that clamps onto the 2020 to hold my dial indicator.
Yeah.
So that I can check how level the bed is. Everybody give me a pat on the back for that, because that's awesome. I think I've got the Z dialed in, like as far as the Z offset goes.
Phase 1, our film is I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up with chat. They're too much.
I'm promptly ignoring it. Harley, the air show was awesome. It was well worth the drive and fighting the crowd to go. It was cool. We actually got to see the Blue Angels fly twice, and we got to see a F-16 fly slowly at 150 miles an hour. But he came across the airfield like this.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome.
What's up, Thomas Zimroz?
With a printer that big, just print a new internet.
My audio is out of sync with my video, so I look like a Chinese or Japanese kung fu flick.
Yeah, that's Google Hangouts. There's not much you can do about it.
Oh, I have had a couple. I don't know how many of you have Amazon Prime, but I have Amazon Prime, and I use the Fire TV in my living room and the Fire Sticks in the rest of my house. And I turned on a movie on Amazon Prime the other day, and the audio was like, "And now we are here," and the movie was like just playing normal speed, but the audio was so slow. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's just a messed up movie, but nope. Got out, went back in, and it was normal. I was like, okay. They do have some bizarre movies on Amazon Prime. But they also have, every Star Trek episode, every Stargate episode, just, whatever. If you want to watch TV, they got a bunch of TV too. Speaking of Amazon, Shane, Crucimate, anybody? I can just imagine though, because I had something I wanted to sell for like, I think it was $10 on Amazon Prime, and they were going to charge like $17.95 for it for the 2-day shipping.
Yeah, because they've got to cover that
right.
shipping that you're technically already paying for with your Prime account.
Right. So that's one thing that worries me with Prusament. I don't remember exactly how much it is a roll, even though I bought 4 rolls of it.
Joseph's got enough money; he'll cover the shipping for you.
But I mean, if it's $25 a roll and Amazon adds another $7 a roll, they got to send about 1,000 rolls of filament to Amazon. said they went from 3 product lines to 5. It's coming.
I think today we're going to do some IC3D blue PLA.
Thought it was winter is coming in Game of Thrones.
Winter is coming. It was like 8 degrees colder today.
Yeah. It's cooler here, but I don't know about 8 degrees.
This is a beautiful blue color. Just wanted to voice that. And not just because IC3D is one of the sponsors of the FK1.
Sean said winter's almost in Ohio. Yeah, I don't know about you, Glenn, but I don't know about. I'm not a big pumpkin spice guy.
No, I don't get into any of that. But like pumpkins, like the main thing with pumpkin spice is like coffee and stuff, and I don't drink coffee.
Oh, I drink coffee, but it's black, Colombian.
I drink coffee, but it's called Coke Zero.
Yeah, I understand the South Park reference, man. I'm just giving you crap. I can eat pumpkin pie, but I like sweet potato pie just as much.
I don't eat pumpkin pie anymore. Thanks for bringing up things with sugar in it. Gosh.
Well, you know, like you're not missing anything but like peach cobbler and apple pie and, you know.
Nah, I don't get into that. Donuts and chocolate cake are my weakness.
Really?
That is absolutely my weakness.
My favorite cake is German chocolate cake.
No, see, I don't like German chocolate.
Well,
I don't like all of the coconut mixed in there. It's too weird of a texture to me.
Well, that's coconut pecan icing. That's not the chocolate cake.
Yeah, but if you make a proper German chocolate cake, that's what it's got.
I understand. The problem is where do you if you go to Germany, show me the coconut trees.
Yeah. Well, that's probably they probably don't even have that cake there.
And I don't remember them. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure now. They may grow pecans in Germany, but yeah.
Yeah, sure. Now all we're doing is talking about sugary stuff. Thanks, guys. It's like talking about crack to a crackhead.
Well, you can eat lots of chocolate. If you go get those Baker's bars out of Walmart, you can eat all the chocolate you want.
Well, actually, I can by diet I can eat an ounce of dark chocolate a day as long as it's very high in like a high percentage of cocoa.
Yeah,
I can eat an ounce of that a day. There are sugar-free chocolates, but I'm doing experiments right now to see if it spikes my blood sugar or not. So I was doing good. My sugar was coming down, and then all of a sudden I had a day where it just jumped up like just gnarly high again. And so I've been super, super careful about what I've been eating. And in fact, last night and this morning were some of my lowest readings I've had yet. So
that's good though. Not gonna lie, that's good. Bubblegum cola fizzy bottles. God.
Shane's asking if I want some of the Haribo stuff he got from Ireland. If it has sugar in it, no. And if it's the sugar-free Haribo stuff, no. Because you eat about 7 of those gummy bears and you will never need a laxative. And that's not a joke. That stuff will run through you faster than Taco Bell.
It sounds like, what was that? Oleo? When Procter & Gamble introduced Oleo into their chips.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what wasn't Oleo? It was Olean.
Olean. Well, yeah, but Oleo was the actual
is that what it
name of it? Yeah. Yeah, Olean was what you could buy it that way.
Was the brand.
Yeah. But yeah, the oleo, because your body didn't absorb the fats in
The
that
fat, yeah.
oil, and it gave everybody the squirts. Oh, Olestra. Yeah, that's it. Olestra. Well, Mitch 3D, I guess I'm built up a good tolerance because I can eat as much Taco Bell as I want. I've never had a problem with Taco Bell.
Yeah, I don't do too bad with Taco Bell, and I eat the bean burritos from that place.
And I get the double XL steak, man. Shane said we're old farts sitting around talking about dietary requirements.
On our 3D printing channel.
Jake, I am feeling somewhat better.
Hey, it's Jake from State Farm.
Not feeling the greatest. I've already warned Glenn that I may not make it the entire show. I had half of mine just to email him and say, hey, man, I'm not going to make it. But since I knew Chris wasn't going to be here,
I'd be really lonely.
Yeah. How is my MMU working? Well, it's working very well, man. When you get them dialed in, and the way that I have the filament set up right now, it's working fine. But I'm still at a loss as to where to put the damn thing. I really want to figure out some type of spool holder so that this thing can be more mobile. Yeah, I do have the shorty tubes. I cut my tubes off. They're only 3 to 4 inches long at the back, and I've seen absolutely zero problems since then. And that goes with the lizard. I didn't have the line. As you can see here, the line up the body. Yeah, Shane, the problem is that I can hang filament on the wall cheaper than $100. I'm just going to say it. I want a rep ball. I can't justify $100 right now. Yeah, Uncle Ron said he'll store it for me. That's it, Tony Ryan. I want to do the pass-through PTFE tube on the top. I haven't done that fix yet. But that's it. That is the only tune-up other than calibration that I've done. I have not even went to the latest firmware yet. I know, shame on me, but I haven't. Well, Jay from State Farm, I understand. You know, if they were mass producing them, it would be different, but they're not. They're made to order. You know, you order it, they cut it and ship it. It's not like they just have them sitting around waiting on you. Now, you know, if they go to a show or whatever, they may cut 5 or 6 of them. You know, if they don't sell them, then sure, you'll get yours faster. But if not, you know, I mean, it's something they build as they're ordered, which makes sense, you know. Yep, I have not touched anything in Slick 3R or anything. Just the calibration from here to here. And I've started using the premium filaments instead of the cheap ones. And that goes for 3D Solutech as well. Haven't had any problems with the 3D Solutech filaments. I have had problems with lower quality filaments. That I can say, which, you know, still isn't a good thing, because when you're making purge blocks like this, you want to use cheap filaments. You don't want to use expensive filaments, because that's a waste of filament to me. But, and yes, I know this is the pre-sliced one, so it's only got 2 outer layers, so you can see the blue through there. But it's a gorgeous peachy. I mean, it's a gorgeous print. So if you want multiple color, then there you go. Nope, I don't know, Tony Ryan. I haven't gotten there yet. Yes, I did have a successful 5-color print.
Bennett, yes, I do have experience with overclocking your PC, and I'm going to tell you, don't do it. Because if everything is not absolutely perfect, you will blue screen to death that thing. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it at all. The brands that keep as close to 1.75 millimeter in diameter work best.
Yep. And I have to agree. I mean, if you're getting filaments that have odd sizes, that would absolutely be the case. One thing, the MMU2 is highly susceptible to friction. So if there's any, I don't say any, but just a little bit of drag on your filament causes the MMU2 gears just to slide and just ruin your filament for one, but it'll stop. It won't feed correctly. Can't get a Ferrari out of a Studebaker. Well, you can if they crash hard enough. If you run it hard enough, I think you can get that Ferrari inside that Studebaker.
Well, you could probably melt the Studebaker down and make 5 Ferraris.
Maybe. Yeah, that's probably true out of, each door. Well, that may be true, Lightspeed, but you said a successful 5-color print, and that is a successful 5-color print. No, not yet. I did see where Chris did it, but I haven't.
All right, Walter, entertain everybody for a couple minutes. I gotta go run and get a light bulb.
So wait, what?
I said entertain everybody for a couple minutes. I gotta go get a light bulb.
Okay, let me take my shirt.
No, I said entertain them, not scare the hell out of them.
Okay, so I can't run them off. All right. All right, guys. Now that Glenn can't talk back, we can talk about him. He can't talk back right now. He can hear us though, I'm pretty sure. But no, the MMU2, you're right. That the handoff. Yeah, that's one big thing. Lightspeed is doing that. Now mine does still do a little grinding at the bottom, but it has absolutely not affected it at all up to this point. So I'm gonna let her run that way. No, I wanted to do the 5-color benchy that they have on there that's already pre-sliced, but I think I'm just going to slice one myself. What do you mean? No. Bleach the eyes. Shane will say, no. I bet he was squinting too while he was doing it. I don't really have anything to entertain you.
So I just caught Zach downstairs taking selfies of himself with the Halloween candy ball.
Failed prints or blocks? Because my granddaughter and grandson are going to get bunches and bunches of blocks of colored filament. If that's what you're asking, Carl. Glenn, Sean said that's pics for his girlfriend.
Girlfriends. He's a player.
Failed prints. I don't have any failed prints, man. It's because I threw them all away.
I have no failed prints. I have opportunities to get better. That's what I have.
Well, his question was, what do I do with the failed prints? Do you save them in case you can grind and reuse them, or just pitch them?
It's a valid question.
It is a valid question. I throw mine away.
I throw mine into the recycle bin.
Into the recycle bin, but that's as far as I get to recycling them.
I have entirely too much crap laying around to be storing up failed prints. Now I say that I have a whole box of stuff that didn't work out for this, but I kept that for record. But otherwise, for the most part, I don't fail prints. Just print it right the first time, and then you don't have failed prints.
Right. No, I will tell you, man. I mean, I would love to be able to chip up used filament and run it through an extruder for use again. I really would. But they have not shown me any machine that I can afford that I can do that with. I hadn't seen it.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there one day.
Yeah. I think that would probably be the best invention anybody could come out with would be an extruder that takes as little to make work correctly as say an MK2 or MK3. If you could have an extruder that cost you $400 that you could just pour broken bits of plastic into it, had a little grinder, and then it just spit out nice filament at the bottom and wound it up, you know you would spend that $400.
Well, let's take it a step further and just make that extruder be right on the printer, and you just pour it into a hopper in the top, and it just prints it.
That's asking a bit much, man.
Well, I mean, if we're here in imaginary land.
Well, no, I'm just saying they already have one of those, doesn't he? Doesn't that big friggin' Delta they had at Merck?
Our daddy?
Yeah,
That's
the part
exactly
daddy
what
does
it
that,
does.
right?
Raw pellet.
They use a shop vac to vacuum them out of the damn trash can.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, he did 3D printing newbie, and he could never get it to work right. And Phil Extruder, really? Come on, Mick.
Bennett, send me an email and remind me that you asked that question about the monitor, and I will send you a link to a place. I don't know if it'll work in your area, but you might be able to find what you need.
Well, you know, Mitch, you say that the shredder's the issue. I don't really think even the shredder's the issue. I think making a shredder to shred blocks of plastic would be simple. I mean, the paper shredders already take CDs. So I mean, you can already shred CDs.
Well, who was it that was using was it Calvin that was using a blender, or was it Flowlistic?
Yeah, you could use a food processor for sure.
Yeah, somebody's using a high amperage blender.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Sean. We'll make sure that we pack up all of our, failed prints and broken bits and ship them to you, since you can get it.
We'll just bring them. We'll just bring them before Murph at the meetup. We'll just bring in a garbage can of failed prints and be like, "Here you go."
I'll send that to you, and then what I'll do is wait for my shipping notice, and I'll pay you the shipping charge to send me full rolls of filament back. All these pretty colors mixed together, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, as far as grinding that stuff up, I mean, if you think about a paper shredder on a larger scale, it's what they use to grind up tree stumps and logs and stuff, branches and chipper shredder. I mean, you could just send your stuff through a chipper shredder.
Yeah, and Mitch said the Phil extruder, and he said, but it requires work. Hence why I said works as well out of the box as a Mark III or a Mark II.
I broke a food processor trying to shred failed prints.
I bet.
Well, I don't know if I would just throw them in there whole. I would think that maybe smashing them up with a hammer first. I don't know.
Robbie Mack, it's a good thing you don't live close to me, buddy, because your buddy would be over for a fish fry as well. Yeah, Steven, I do remember. It made inconsistent filament. That is the problem. The entire problem.
But at least we got people out there that are trying.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And that technology, you got to start somewhere. So, maybe that develops into something else. It's the Phil extruder, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sean said I was talking about making the Phil extruder work.
Yeah. And yes, you can make a filler extruder work.
Well, I just wonder if they're trying to make it too compact, like making it too much to be like a small appliance. Like I wouldn't mind if it was the size of like a, you know, like a wine cooler refrigerator, you know, if it had to be that big, or, you know, take up as much space as a, you know, a CR10, you know, it'd be okay.
Well, my one of my biggest things too, Glenn, is that at a point it just doesn't become cost effective. It's kind of like the master spool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I was saving $10 a roll off a master spool filament, it'd be worth it.
I agree.
Heck, if I was saving $5 pretty much per roll.
But the filament is selling for the same amount.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? 3D Solutech just gave 80 cents off of this.
Yeah.
80 cents. Well, I will tell you, I did get my box and I did get their master spool. If you did the 3D Solutech thing, this is the master spool that they are sending. I do like it. My cat did knock it off and broke it. So it's going to be super glued, but they do give you the STL. You can go download this and print it yourself. Hey, yeah, you got the same color I did.
Well, there was only 2 choices, and this green looked awesome, and it looks awesome in real life too.
Yeah, does it? I haven't opened mine.
So
yeah, my cat's knocked off my master spool and broke it. So
this spool looks like it was printed with like a 0.8 nozzle.
Yeah, it's not great, but you know, if they're printing a bunch off to give away for free, really
right. Yeah, no, fit and finish on it's okay. Mine's actually, let me see if I can show you the close-up here. Mine's missing, like it didn't fill in right here, and then like this is got no adhesion.
Oh, but, yeah, no, mine does not look like that.
But I mean, like the thread mechanism works pretty great on it.
Mine does have a cool little pattern in it, though, Glenn. If you can see that, I don't know if you can see it or not. It's got a cool little pattern. But it all filled in. It all worked nicely. But
yeah, no, I'm all for the master spool system, because I'm going to be dragging a bunch of spools back to IC3D in March, just so they don't end up in the trash. But I don't know. If I'm not gaining anything, the only person that's making out on it is the company. You know, they were like, well, the shipping will be cheaper and the spool will be cheaper. No, it isn't.
No,
I'm
it's
paying
not.
the same amount for the filament, and the shipping is still.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know what a typical spool weighs. I know like IC3D spools are thick and heavy, but like a typical spool isn't that heavy.
Oh, and just so you know, Brian Vine said he's out shopping with his wife and
Brian
kid.
Vine said what?
He's out shopping with his wife and kid, which means he's being a captive Lyft Uber driver and shopping cart pusher and general stander around her.
Yeah, but I grew up with 2 older
sisters. If he can tune in, he will.
Understand that.
Yeah. If he can tune in, he will.
Well, knock on wood. So far, this looks like it's going to be a pretty successful benchy. So, okay, let me ask you guys something. If you didn't know, we're going to be at Orlando Maker Faire this weekend. The FK1 is going to debut there. I can't go in and print something huge. I won't. I only have 2 days. So, do I just keep this thing pumping out, you know, like whistles or benchies or something that I can give away?
But here's the thing. You've got 6 days, so you need to print something that takes 4 days to take with you.
No, I mean to print there.
No, I get that, but you need to have something that you can show.
Yeah,
hey,
well, I want to print a big makey. Because you know, I always bring a bag of the makeys to the maker fairs.
Right.
So I have these, and I'm going to run a few more.
But how long do those take, Glenn? If you print one of those, how long does it take?
I can't remember. Not very long.
About 30 minutes, right? 30
probably, yeah.
About 30 minutes. So just say you filled the bed with those.
Well, I considered that.
And just made an army of those while
now,
you were there.
I haven't calculated that, but my maker coins take about an hour a piece.
Yeah, but that's 50 hours.
I can fit 144 on the bed.
Yeah, so that's 144 hours you don't have.
Well, plus if something fails, that's a lot of failure.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Shane said whistles, always whistles, and you can give them to the kids who are little monsters and the parents don't do anything.
Yeah.
Print the Robbie Mac Fun King head. I thought about it, but I don't know. I don't know if, like, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll slice up the Makey big and have it, like I'll figure out like a 4 to 5 hour print. And at the end of the day, I'll give it away to somebody. Or better, maybe I'll even give it to the organization that puts on Maker Faire. I think they would really appreciate that. Ian, the guy who heads it up, actually has Makey tattooed on his leg. You're gonna need to loop on the top gantry. Yeah. I've got that half figured out right now in CAD to be able to bring the filament up and over.
That's not a bad idea from Sean.
Yeah.
But
except for it's more equipment to set up though.
Yeah, I think Trolling for Dollars got it right though. Print a benchy that takes 4 days. And the reason I say benchy is because pretty much everybody that prints knows the benchy.
Right, whether they've printed one or not, they know what it is.
Yeah.
Do some big vase mode prints. Don't take long, low filament costs. Oh, I don't worry about the filament costs. I got a guy. I'm kidding. That wasn't very nice of me.
That's ridiculous, man.
I do not want to mount the spool on top. I don't want the weight on top of the frame. I don't want any chance of anything compromising the rigidity of the frame. So I'm just going to Bowden tube it off of that end and bring it up over to the top for now. I don't know if you guys can see my fancy spool holder. I actually took the one. I stole the one off the AM8 and I bolted it on up here. And I came up the other day and the spool was laying on the floor and it had snapped apparently when I screwed it down, I screwed it too tight and I snapped it. So I built that one real quick out of some PVC pipe I had laying around. Maybe I'll print a great big whistle. Like, where you got to like really like stretch it into your mouth.
That's not right.
I think bridging would be an issue on a full bed benchy. I don't know. And we'll find out because it's going to happen. It's 998.44% scale.
Yeah.
Will fit on this. That brings it to the 475 millimeter height.
I have to tell you, there's one thing that I do like about all these multicolor options coming out with the Palette Plus, the Palette 2, and the MMU2. There's a lot more multicolored prints on Thingiverse now.
Oh, yeah. It's just a fad, though. It'll die.
So is 3D printing, though. It'll go by.
Just like 3D TVs.
Yeah, just go away.
They were hot for a while, and then they just...
Dude, I've got a 3D TV in my bedroom.
I have a 3D TV, and I think I've watched 5 3D movies on it ever.
Well, I watch lots of 3D movies, but I had the 3D TV in my living room, and then I got a 4K Ultra for the living room and put the 3D one in my bedroom.
Yeah. How many kilograms would that benchy be? It was like 5.5 kilos. But now that's at 0.2 layer height with 20% infill. I don't actually plan on printing a benchy that big with a 0.4 nozzle. So, but I'm just thinking, in fact, who just said it? Oh, FK1 keychains, Uncle Ron. I was thinking the same thing. If I just did a little plaque that said FK1 with a hole punched in it, at least then people would know what it came from. Oh, and let's ask the collective hive, because there's a lot of really smart minds in our group. This aluminum bed is 16 inches by 48 inches, and I would love to somehow put the Fun King and FK1 across this bed before I put the PEI sheet on. How can I do that and still ensure that the PEI sheet will stick? Like, I was thinking about maybe staining it, but we'd have to be able to do it to match a stencil. Could it be laser etched? It just seems like a lot of real estate to waste.
Yeah.
I don't know if the PEI would stick to paint, though.
That's true.
Mitch said laser etch. There's a die you can laser etch off. No, vinyl wouldn't work, because vinyl will off-gas in between the aluminum and the PEI, and it'll put bubbles under the PEI. Plus, it won't hold up to the heat. I did think about anodizing, but I don't know, like, can you anodize in a shape? Like, can you anodize a logo?
I wonder, Glenn, if the stuff we use on glasses would work. Like for doing glass, the glass etching stuff.
Which is an acid.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it couldn't etch in too deep.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying, because it's not very deep at all. And if you use vinyl as a stencil and then just put the etch stuff on there and let it sit for 10 or 15 minutes, pull it off, it's not going to make a whole lot of difference. I mean, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't.
Yeah, I might. I might. Why do it when you're just going to cover it? You can see through PEI sheet.
Yeah, and that's what I would do, is just take, like, I don't know if y'all have any or not, but you can go to like Michael's or whatever and get that little bottle for $7 or $8.
Yeah, I don't have any, but I know what you're talking about.
And just try it on like the very corner, or even on the bottom. Try a little spot on the bottom and see how it turns out.
I would probably order an extra sheet so that I'm not monkeying with this at all.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to experiment on this.
Oh, I got you.
Bruce's silk screens the design on theirs. Huh, interesting. I didn't think about silk screen. But whatever it is, it's gotta adhere to the aluminum like super, super well, and then the PEI has got to stick to whatever it is.
Yeah.
I am familiar with silk screen. Yeah, because it was like everything. Ooh, bead blast. I didn't think about that, Michael. I did not think about sandblasting it or glass beading it.
Yeah,
because you can actually get vinyl etch for that, or vinyl mask for that too.
Yeah, go to Harbor Freight and get you one of the cheap sandblasters.
Yeah, I have one of those. The ones that it's just the hopper with the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if that would show through enough though. Because like I was hoping to like color it at least in black or whatever. And maybe once, if I put the stencil on, vinyl stencil, and then I sandblasted it, maybe then it would be easy enough to dye it.
Yeah.
There are chemical dyes for aluminum, then laser off the dye.
Yeah.
Did that just break off the bed? I think we got motion. Yeah, we got motion. I didn't put any glue stick down. Stupid tape.
Oh. I hate it when I do that.
Yeah, it's free. Oh, and it was turning out pretty nice. I won't say that the bottom layer is perfect yet. I'll have to get that dialed in, but can you see that? Should I adjust the focus a little bit?
Hawk showed up. Sorry.
That's all right.
What's up, Ben? I can't see what you're showing anyway because I've got the slicer up in front of my Google.
Well, now you're talking, so nobody can see what I'm showing. I'm just trying to get the focus in on it. That's not too bad. That was coming along quite nicely. And again, I still haven't really dialed anything in. You know, as far as I've done an extruder calibration and stuff, and everything's pretty close, but that's a half hour. Well, I guess this would be a good time to go ahead and peel the plastic off the bed.
Yeah, I'll be quiet while you do that.
Well, I could just lock it on.
And look, Brian Vines isn't shopping anymore. Welcome to the world of the living.
The living, yeah. Here, let me set up the crotch cam. So that everybody can enjoy, because I know how much people love when you peel the mask off of the LCDs and stuff, which I still haven't. The plastic is still on the LCD on this thing. So I'm sure you guys can see there's like marks on the aluminum. That's actually in the aluminum. It's from them milling this thing flat. But yet it's perfectly smooth. You guys feel that sensation? Oh, it's so lovely. What a beautiful piece of aluminum.
Yeah, Michael Castle said you voided the warranty.
I'm pretty sure I voided that warranty when I started drilling holes in it. Ah. Tell me that's not beautiful. Oh, Ben, you are too kind, brother. You are too kind. Thank you so much for that. Raffle at Orlando Maker Faire. Winner gets to peel the plastic off the Duet display. Well, actually, when I put it together, like I put the screen in and I put the casing over the top of it. So I have to actually take it apart before I can do that too. Was it good for you too, Glenn? It was. I got to do it twice too because I got to do the bottom side. So I don't, like, I went back to look up the sheet. Somebody had asked me about it on Twitter, and I went to get a link to the aluminum. And if you go to MidwestSteelSupply.com and go to aluminum and sheets, it didn't list it anymore. So I don't know, but yet I got a link by going in to see what I had already purchased. So I don't know if they're going to stop carrying it or if they realized that their price was like way too low. So I don't know. Got a couple of like Mars on it, but you can't feel it. It's not really there. But that is an amazing, amazing piece of aluminum. And then I went around it with the deburring tool and scraped all the edges because it was sharp enough that it drew blood on me the other day. I bought the last one. It must be pizza time now after that epic event. Put some glue stick on it and print. No, I'm going to put tape. I'm not putting glue stick directly on the aluminum. That's crazy talk. Oh, I left the filament on the floor.
3D Maker Kid said, "What's a 3D TV?"
Oh, come on. You got to be jerking my chain, right?
Got to
3D, put on the glasses and the movie comes out at you. Woo! Dinner's in a half hour? Okay.
Come on.
Isn't that nice of my kids that they bring me my stuff to stick myself in the finger?
It is nice of them.
We went out to Texas Roadhouse for lunch today after church, and I ate entirely too much.
Ah, hate it when I do that.
What's that?
Hate it when I hit delete when I meant to hit enter. Yes. I'm working on slicing a multicolor print. All right, so if I do that.
So I opened a bug report with Slicer PE on GitHub about not being able to have a bed over 1129 millimeters, but I still haven't heard anything about it. I don't know if they just feel that it's not their problem. No, there was no flex to this thing that I could tell. No, they don't ask to stick me. That's terrible. Yeah, I went to Home Depot today to see what the widest blue tape I could get was, and they only had 2.8 millimeter or 2.8 inch. I can order 6-inch from Amazon, but it's like $75 a roll. I think it's a little excessive. I don't really like Cura. I'm a fan of. They might think I'm crazy, like it was a misprint. I'm a big fan of Prusa Edition Slicer, and regular Slicer. If I use the regular Slicer, it handles it fine. I can put the whole 1200 millimeters in, and it handles it. So it's something that was changed by the development team at Prusa. You know, they're always poking their fingers into stuff. Vinyl transfer tape doesn't. Well, I suppose if I put glue stick down on it, because it doesn't stick as well. Like it doesn't adhere to the surface. It's too slick.
How's it going, Glenn?
We're gonna run another benchy.
Another Chris Riley. All right.
This one with glue stick.
With glue stick.
So the printers that you have duets on, or even your Fouet, are they all Delta, or do you have?
No, the Hypercube is also
the Hypercube. That's right.
Yeah.
And have you played with the what is it called? The mesh bed
leveling? Yeah.
Yeah, the mesh grid compensation.
Yes.
So I ran that for the first time the other night, and my grid came up like this.
Yeah.
And I thought, how is the bed off by that far? Well, come to find out, it's not. It's only off by like 0.2 millimeter end to end.
Yeah.
But it's so exaggerated, because that's all it's off by, like.
The thing is, it does that on the Delta too, and I mean it's only 300 millimeters. It'll be like look like it's like this, and then you look and you're like 0.04, and you're like, okay, alrighty.
Well, and then the other thing that was really funny was like the default setting was to probe every 20 millimeters, and I didn't realize that that's what that S20 meant.
Yeah.
And when I went to do it, it errored out.
It's
so
too many points.
Yeah, it's too many points, right? I didn't realize it was every 20 millimeters.
Yeah.
So then I was reading on Google, and somebody said, well, try 40, and I did, and then I realized that that's what it was doing. Was then it took forever. I fell asleep in my chair waiting for it to finish.
When I do a G29 on the TiVo Little Monster now, it probes 127 points on that 340 millimeter circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a good 5 or 6 minutes. I mean, it's.
Oh, I hate this part. I hate needles so bad. I'm a good bleeder, though.
Brian Vine said he was on his iPad, so now he's got to go back shopping. He hadn't left shopping. He just got to take a break.
145. That is my lowest reading to date. That is fantastic. It's still high. It's got to be 120 or below.
Yeah.
But it was 330.
Yeah, I think when I went, they were talking about pre-diabetic, and mine was like 126.
Yeah, well, like healthy non-diabetic people should be like ideally below 100, but never over 110.
Right. So I did some exercise and ate right for about 6 months and went back, and they said, nope, you're good. I was like, all right, cool. Then I got fat again.
Well, I'll tell you, the eating right part is hard. It's really hard. Not eating right as far as like not eating donuts and stuff. I just stopped doing that. That was fine. But like even we went to Popeye's Chicken the other day, and I guess the breading on the chicken was too much, and it spiked my blood sugar up.
Yeah. Well, and they told me that I had to cut back on sugar, and I'm like, okay, well, because I gave up sweet tea. Now I'll have a glass every now and again, but I used to drink like a gallon of sweet tea a day. Okay. And I don't.
I can't imagine why you were pre-diabetic.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, I did that my whole life. It's the way I was raised.
Yeah.
So, but I've given that up, 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, I very seldom do I drink sweet tea. And, she's like, no, I don't mean sugar like that. I mean like corn and rice and starchy foods that turn into sugar.
Yeah. Any carbohydrates, white bread.
I'm like, dude, I'm going to die. Cause like rice is my favorite food of all time is rice. Yeah. Just white, plain rice.
Well, and it's hard. Like it's hard. I go with the kids to McDonald's, and not getting French fries is super tough.
Oh yeah.
And then like we went to Arby's. We went to Arby's for lunch the other day, and I got 2 of the medium roast beef sandwiches, and then I put them together and got rid of one of the buns. So I just ate like a big ball of roast beef,
I I'm doing better, Hawk. My back's still not 100%, but you know, I'm better. Hey, I got a question for you. I have a question for you though. When you go to McDonald's, you just say you go to McDonald's, right?
Is this a question for me?
Oh yeah, for anybody. I mean,
Okay.
you go in there and you're like, okay, I want to eat healthy at McDonald's because they do sell salads and stuff
Oh,
of
I
that
know where
nature.
you're going with this already.
It's $3 for a Big Mac. It's $8 for a salad.
You bet. And it's ridiculous. But
It's 99.
the
I mean,
only
come on.
justification I can come up for that is that, you know, like lettuce and salad, you know, fresh foods go bad fast.
Oh yeah,
So there's
yeah.
a higher cost to maintain it.
But my problem is this though. Nobody's going to do that.
Uncle Ron said McDonald's has salads, Glenn. I can only eat so much salad. I get burnt out on salad.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I love the salad bar at Ruby Tuesday. Like it's always like very, very cold and crisp, and they chop the stuff up instead of like big, you know, chunks of stuff. It's little chunks. I like it. But you can only eat so much salad.
I will tell you this. I did really well for about 4 months and I lost 50 pounds, 55 pounds. But dude, I was weighing my pork chop and it wasn't even pork chops. It was lean center cut pork loin, you know, that I cut into chops and I was weighing those and I was weighing every portion of every meal and I lost a ton of weight, but dude, it's just incredibly difficult to do.
It is. It's very hard. Justin said that his doctor says that he's probably pre-diabetic as well. And if that, I mean, I don't doubt that that's true, Justin. But I mean, being that is the case, please take care of it now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Don't let it cross that line, because once you go over that line, buddy, it's a one-way journey, and it's a horrible thing to have. I mean, not to say that there's not worse things out there, but it's just it's not fun. Not fun at all. So
well, and I had a aunt who had diabetes and she had to take shots every day. And then I had an uncle that had diabetes and he had to take shots every day and it actually killed him.
Yeah, I hate needles. I absolutely hate needles. I do not want to get to the point where I got to give myself injections.
Yeah. Yeah, Michael Castle says he's already lost a toe. It's not fun.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that.
It's it really isn't. No, now I will tell you, Justin 3D, with I'm not going to say mild case because I don't know that there is such a thing as mild case of diabetes, but there is. And if you don't have one where you have to take insulin every day,
that's type 1.
You can manage it with diet and that type of thing. Then
yeah, I take a pill twice a day.
Yeah.
Every 12 hours, I take a pill, and diet is the biggest thing. So,
yeah, the only problem I have with diet is it's die with a T on the end. And that absolutely feels the way it is sometimes when you're actually on the diet, right?
Yeah. Well, and it's hard to go in and pick something. We were at Denny's a couple weeks ago, and it was almost impossible to find something. I ended up ordering a steak at Denny's, which, by the way, wasn't half bad. He didn't bring me a steak knife. I cut the whole thing with a butter knife. So, I mean, it was a pretty decent piece of meat. But I had a steak, and then for my two sides, I had broccoli and their fresh vegetable. So it's like you got to eat a lot of vegetable. But then, again, you got to be careful because too much corn, and that's going to get you too. Michael Cassell said diet equals diet.
Yeah. Diet, right.
Do you have a pump or do you do injection? No, neither one of them. I'm not insulin dependent. I am type 2. So again, I manage it just with a pill. I was taking one extended release pill in the morning, but it wasn't enough, and that doctor wasn't paying enough attention to me. This doctor said, "Oh no, we're not doing that." So
yeah.
So and then I found I was taking one pill at about 8 o'clock in the morning, And then I was taking my other one at dinner time at like, 5:30. And my afternoon numbers were good and my morning numbers were high. So I started taking them 12 hours apart.
Right.
And it leveled out.
Yeah. My dad found that out. I can't remember what pill it was, but he was supposed to take it one time a day. And he was taking it like 10 o'clock in the morning or whatever. And his morning tests or whatever were like crap, So he started taking it before he went to bed, and his morning and evening numbers were then good.
Yeah, they were only high while he was asleep.
Right.
No potatoes, no corn, no rice, no bread, no sugar equals no fun. Yeah, but trust me, it's less fun when you like have to have toes or feet amputated or you go blind in your right eye. Yeah, my feet are so super sensitive. I stepped on a pebble that was on our staircase, and I'm not kidding. This pebble could not have been a millimeter in diameter, and it about took me down. Like I stepped on it, and like from the sheer pain, I almost fell.
Yes,
that's how sensitive my feet are.
I have to say I'm the exact opposite. I can walk on oyster shells, and I'm okay.
Well, but it's something with the diabetes. The diabetes cause nerve damage in your feet.
Yeah. Well, no, Michael Castle. The thing is, when you're eating a good diet and you're paying attention to your diet, you don't eat as much.
No, but that is funny what he said.
Oh, it is. It is.
I mean, there's some truth to that.
There is that too, but you pay attention to what you eat, and you don't eat as much when you eat that way.
Poppy Ron in the house. With the alternative. Where's Wilfred Brimley? I'll tell you what, you want some funny stuff. Google image search diabetes or Wilfred Brimley. There's some funny memes out there. Well, I'm pleased with this. And as far as I'm concerned, other than some very small tweaks, she's ready to go to Orlando Maker Faire. I haven't decided if I'm going to cut these lead screws off before then or not. I might wait and do it after. Oh, I can keep my flags on there.
What causes the toes to be amputated? Well, that would be a knife of some type that caused it to be amputated.
Well, I think in Michael's case, it was infection. He got infection to the bone, if I remember correctly. And, but yeah, his was infected. A lot of times what it is because of the nerve damage, like you don't have the same feeling, and you may cut yourself or whatever, or you get loss of circulation to your feet. So diabetes will cause your blood vessels to harden, and you will not get as much blood pumping to your feet because they're so far away from your heart. The latest print off the FK1 was the benchy that I did the other day. And then now, well, and a partial benchy earlier, but so by the way, whoever it was that pointed out the fact that there's like a spot in my camera, I took the whole camera apart and cleaned it, and that spot's still there. So I don't know what it is.
Hey, Glenn, what they're saying makes sense, man.
What's that?
If you could print little Fun King flags to go on your lead screws, that would be pretty cool.
Oh, I've thought about it. Yeah, like make it actually look like it's waving with the Fun King on it.
Yeah. Later, Paul Cumber.
Bye, Paul.
Chris is not here. Chris is traveling for work, I believe.
He can only tolerate us, like once a month.
Yeah. Reggie Reganado.
Thank you, Shane.
I'm seeing a lot of new names this week, man. That's really cool to me.
That'll be your sensor that needs cleaning in the camera, like inside, because I wiped the lens and I wiped the not the lens, but the clear plastic thing over the top of it as well, and the spot is still exactly where it was. But it's all right. I'm stowing some money away a little bit at a time until I can buy my new camera. You guys will just have to live with that dot being on Xander's face all the time.
What color?
MK Tech. I'm not new. I'm Bennett. Apparently, Bennett has more than one account.
Oh wow! I was thinking Reggie Reganado. I haven't seen his name before.
Oh, Reggie. I think Reggie's been in here. But I'm terrible with names anyway, so.
Well, it's been an hour and 21 minutes, Glenn. If you're not subscribed to Fun King, nor Kuntry 3D, nor Chris's Basement, check it out. Links are in the description.
Nor anybody that's in the chat. You know, anybody that's in the chat that's a YouTuber, you know, you guys go and subscribe to each other too, because that's how the community gets bigger. Minnesota Maker in the house. I kind of put Bondtech on blast in my latest video, but they followed me today anyway. I will have to watch it. I'm going to admit right now, I have not watched. I have just a stockpile of videos on YouTube that I have not watched. I've been just a little bit busy.
Poppy Ron's got the best idea.
What's that?
Poppy Ron had the best idea.
Replace the blue flag with Old Glory. That wouldn't be very hard. I could just go to the dollar store and get some.
Exactly. Get some of those that come on the little wooden stick, take it off, and just glue it to your.
Yeah, just slide it right over the top of that.
There you go.
Yeah, I do want to cut them off, and then my plan is I'll be able to print different things with a magnet and just stick it on there and have it go around. But
you can do that. What do we think of Chris finally being on Twitter? Well, it's about time.
Well, it kind of sucks because we can't talk bad about him anymore.
Well, we can. He can just hear it now. Or read it.
They don't give instructions with the BMG extruders, but they include a card with a link to the instructions. Problem, link is broken. Well, you know, sometimes IT people suck. I find it more often than not. And who needs instructions on how to build such a simple extruder? I think I Googled it, is how I found it. I gotta say, it works well. What? You're not going to 3D print them? Well, maybe eventually. I'll be able to change them out. Like, it'll be a trinkety thing. Like, it'll be different. Because I've thought about just like, well, I thought about doing the Fun King head up there would be fun, but just the crown going around. Check your Twitter, please. Well, you guys want a lot out of me. Watching the chat and Twitter.
I know, right?
I usually only read the Twitter on that computer over there.
Martin, are you in Spain? That's just not right, man.
Oh, Martin's in Spain, yeah.
These European guys, they get to go all over Europe like it's like across the country or something.
Right, yeah. I'm just going to run across the street to Germany.
Right. I'll be back tomorrow, man. I'm going to Switzerland tonight for supper. Well, I mean, you look at it. Okay, so how far? Anybody out there? And I don't care. I'm not pulling up any geometry thing, but just how far is it from Iceland to Spain? How far is that? And try to do it in miles because I don't do kilometers real quick in my head.
Yeah, that's got to be close to like New York to Florida.
Well, you know, that's what I was thinking.
Maybe a little further. It's a small model of a roller coaster along the top. It's already too tall. Ben, that's going to be very helpful. Thank you for that.
But yeah, it's a 5-hour flight. So it's basically like me flying from Atlanta to Phoenix.
Yeah, I was going to say that's further than New York because Florida to New York was only like 2 hours.
It's shorter. Hawk 3D Proto said it's 1,804 miles. Okay. It's 1,960 miles from my house to Phoenix, Arizona. You're right about that, Ron. I'd have to go pick up the European parts of the country club, and we'd have to all go out to dinner if I'd have won that $1.6 billion lottery.
If I had won that $1.6 billion lottery, I would have been like buying people houses and stuff just because I love doing crazy stuff like that.
I actually got asked the question, would I keep YouTubing if I did that? I said, yeah, but it'd be with a lot better equipment and a lot nicer studio.
And I wouldn't do any of my own editing.
No, not at all.
I would hire a producer, a writer.
I'd still do it live, but I would have a producer and stuff.
Yeah, I would do it. I would hire somebody to be my me for Xander. You know, like what I do for Xander, I'd hire somebody to do for me.
Right, there you go. Right. But yeah, it's not what you do, it's how you do it that would change. Everybody's like, well, I wouldn't change if I won the lottery. Yes, you would.
Yeah, I mean, no matter how hard you try, you couldn't prevent it.
No, you're right. Well, and not because you changed as a person, but like I said, it's not who you are, it's how you are that would change. Because, you know, some people that win it, you know, they wonder where their light bill's coming from next month. Well, guess what? If you win that, you don't wonder where your light bill's coming from anymore. Instant change in personality.
No, the point that you win that much money, you wonder how much your light bill was because you didn't see it.
Right, exactly. You put it in an endowment. This will pay for my life every month. But
no, my wife said that she wouldn't, like, she'd still want to just pay off all the bills. That's all she'd worry about. She just would want to live debt free. But they were talking on the radio and they said, you know, if you won $1.6 billion and you threw it into just a basic savings account, you would be making $20 million a year.
Yeah.
After after they took the taxes away from you.
Exactly.
You'd be making $20 million a year.
Right.
So unless you were like really stupid with your money.
Well, we figured it out one time, and per million that you win, if you take the annuity, it's like $50,000 per 1 million that you win. Something like that. It's not exact. That was just a guess, but it's close. That you could do that you take the annuity.
Oh, 50,000 per year for every million you win?
For every million you win. Like if you take the annuity, that's what they'll pay you.
Right. That's what would be your draw.
Yes. So $40 million, you get the annuity. That's $2 million a year for 20 years. You know?
Yeah.
So 50 grand per million per year. And you just got $1.6 billion.
Right.
So that's like 1,600 million.
Shane said really stupid is my specialty.
Right.
You know, bye Ben, thanks for being here, brother. You know, there was I don't know if it was a regular TV show or if it was a special or something I was watching, but where they went and they followed the lifestyle of people who won and you know, won the lottery. And there was a guy who had won, you know, one of the big lotteries, and he was dirt poor to begin with.
Yeah.
And so then he wins, and he was out buying just the stupidest stuff. He had these chest of drawers in his room that were made out of turtle shell. They were only 2 in existence, and he paid like $18 million for. I don't remember the exact number, but it was stupid. You know, and it's like to spend money like that just because you have it is so dumb. Because at the point that you're bringing in $20 million a year, which you could live very comfortably on $20 million a year.
Yeah.
You know, like I wonder what color Ferrari I'm buying this month. But your kids, their kids, like nobody in your family line would ever have to work again.
Right. Well, I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, you know, we shop at Walmart for groceries and all sorts of things. And I will tell you, if I won that much money, I would stop shopping at Walmart. But I would have somebody else shop at Walmart for me.
Right, exactly. Adam said that he heard it was 44 million a year on the 1.6 billion.
Okay, so almost $4 million a month every year. But that's right though, because they stretched that out to 29 years though. It's 30 years for the big ones like that. I think anything over 500 million is 30 years, not 20 years.
God, it's just insane. It's just insane. I would buy up the houses immediately around me and bulldoze them though.
Would you?
Yeah. Just so I could have a little bit more real estate.
See, I wouldn't. I would actually buy real estate somewhere else.
Oh no, I'm not leaving this house. I built it with my own 2 hands.
No, I understand that. But I would have multiple houses.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But I want a bigger lot here.
Oh,
and I'm on a corner, so I'd have to go that way, and then I would buy the vacant lot across the street from me as well.
Yeah, no, I would actually keep this place here because this is where my grandmother and grandfather live, right next door anyway.
Right.
And I would keep this land, but I actually would go like somewhere in middle Alabama somewhere.
Yeah, well, see, and then
buy like 1,000 acres.
The neighbor next to me, I like him a lot, so I'd have to actually like buy the next house and bulldoze that and build him a house over there.
I got you.
So that he doesn't move away. I may build a wall around my house, but that's just because I have social anxiety. With or without the neighbors still in the house. Oh, as far as bulldozing, hey, the point I pay for them, if they haven't gotten out, I'm coming through with the bulldozer. I will also buy the bulldozer and do it myself because that would be fun.
Glenn would have a castle, walls, a moat, a drawbridge.
Heck yeah, that would be baller.
I would not, but I would have some decent security on my wall.
Oh no, I'd have a moat with the Fun King like embossed in it.
Yeah,
I'm all about branding.
All Arduino controlled.
Oh, I don't know. I might splurge for pies.
You know, Ron, shoot, that's actually a pretty good idea. 3D print your new houses with the FK2. No, I would be armed, Happy Ron. I wouldn't need armed guards.
Shane said, bulldozer, Glenn, for $1 billion, I'd buy my own rocket launcher and just start shooting away.
You know what? It's great to dream. Whoever that was in South Carolina that won, more power to them, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would have armed guards. They would be dressed like knights standing on my wall around my castle.
Yeah.
They would look like the French guys from Monty Python's Holy Grail. Now go away, or I will taunt you a second time.
Oh, did you ever watch Did you ever watch the making of that and see that castle they actually used?
Oh yeah. I'm a huge fan of that movie. They made that movie for $25,000.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of them.
Of what?
Of them, the Monty Python troupe in general.
Thank you. It was low.
Are you eating
not
pizza?
low, like dangerously low. Sorry, I'm giving my wife an update on my.
Oh.
Okay, good.
Fantastic.
Good. Yeah. Right, well,
Shane from Proust, is that anything like Lord Farquaad?
Lord Fun King?
Yeah.
It's Lord Fun King.
Oh. Oh, Shane from Proust said, yep.
Yeah, I could have fun with that.
Are you eating pizza?
No, I am not. I'm eating grilled chicken and carrots.
Grilled chicken and carrots.
I don't eat pizza anymore. I haven't had pizza in months. In fact, you guys watched me eat the last pizza I've eaten. And the kids are not happy about that.
Why? They can't have pizza if you don't?
Well, no, because we don't go out for pizza if I can't eat it.
Oh, well, you can order in, though.
Yeah, I told them I'd order them some pizza this week.
Going on a Fun King quest.
I fart in your general direction. Your mother was a... No, your mother was a hamster and your father smells of elderberries.
Shane said you can order a salad. from Pizza Hut?
Pizza Hut doesn't deliver where I am. My only option for delivery is Domino's, Papa John's, and what's the yellow one? Hungry Howie's.
My only option for delivery is getting a damn truck and go get it myself. We used to have a pizza joint here, Stone Creek Pizza. Have you ever heard of them?
Nope.
It's a franchise, but they were in Crawfordville for a few years, and yeah, well, they didn't do so well managing their money. But they would deliver here. They actually delivered anywhere in our county. And since they went away, nobody else does.
Hey, Glenn, I was told you only have to write on the package, happy birthday for the customer. You still have to do a customs form or the post office won't take it.
All right.
Don, I promise I will send it. It's still sitting there, and I promise it will go. I have been just a little busy.
Well, all of my packages.
I only told him I'd send that to him like a year ago.
Yeah, all of my packages have been sent except for one. And I told him I hadn't sent it yet. It's just expensive to ship it. It really is.
Yep, the post office won't even take it in without that form.
Order pizza.
Whatever I wrote on the form the first time I tried to send it wasn't right because they rejected it and it came back.
I don't know if y'all heard or not. They did this thing here for the disaster for food. It's called DSNAP, where SNAP is the food stamps for the state of Florida. And they were like, if you lost food, if you had to buy gas, if you had to buy tools, come over here and fill out the paperwork and we'll get you some money. What they don't tell you is that if you don't qualify for food stamps, you don't get no money. So, and the thing is, if you're already on food stamps, you can't even apply for that.
Yeah, it's always a mess with stuff like that.
I was like, what's the sense in setting it up? Because most people that are qualified for food stamps are getting food stamps already.
Unless they don't know. Unless they don't know they qualify.
I guess that was a way to get people to sign up for food stamps that don't get them already. Yeah, even the fuel money. No, on the paper it says, did you have to purchase any chainsaws or anything? And Glenn, forgive me, but I did go to Harbor Freight and I got me the 40 amp Lynx chainsaw and pole saw. I don't know if they had Lynx when you worked there.
Why would you say forgive you? I like Harbor Freight.
I'm just saying, I went to Harbor Freight and got the 14-inch bar electric chainsaw, battery operated stuff, and the pole saw, so I got both of those. They said put those down, so I did. Had about $420 worth of gas that I spent, so I put that down. And then they're like, how much do you make? And I wrote it down, and then it took them 35 minutes to go, oh, well, you make too much. I'm like, well, that's not what you said to do. You said come here and get it. You didn't say come here, and if you're below the poverty line, you can have it.
Yeah, they expected you to lie like everybody else does.
Yeah, and I kind of brought that up myself.
It's unfortunate, but it happens.
I was looking around the room going, liar, 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 liar.
The people are in there crying poverty, and then they go out and get in their brand new Cadillac Escalade and drive off.
Yeah. I was like, that lady's shoes right there cost more than you can make per month to get approved for this. Just tell her to go sell her shoes.
Now, I mean, there's always exceptions to the rule because, like, years back, I was on food stamps, and I drove a nice car, but it's because I had the car when I had money.
Right.
And then I no longer had money, and but the problem is people get on it and then they don't get off of it.
Right.
They go get a job under the table, or they just don't work, and they work for the government.
Nope. I understand.
This is some good chicken. I don't know what it is or where it came from, but it's not dry.
Well, I do want to show this print going on right now. Let me see if I can turn this on. I have a multicolored print going. Yeah, you can see it there.
All right, I locked onto you so it doesn't.
Anybody name that print just based on what's there?
Mickey Mouse eats another Mickey Mouse.
No porno.
Now I'm going to get demonetized because I said Mickey Mouse.
Probably. Anybody?
No.
Makes me want to say Bueller.
Hopefully it came from a chicken.
Yeah.
Well, even if it didn't, I'm not complaining. I mean, it could be cat. I'm fine with it.
You can unlock it now, Glenn, by the way. They can watch you eat.
I'm just going to leave it on you for the rest of the night.
Oh, you got all of 18 minutes because Universal Gribble.
I didn't even get a whole Benji out of this stream.
Skull and crossbones? No. Walter with 4 ears? No.
My big ass sheet of PEI will be here from Printed Solid tomorrow, and I'm pretty excited. I can't put it on until I heat the bed, though.
I'm glad they put that on there.
That was so funny. I pulled up that email and like I seen it and I'm like, all right, my stuff is shipped from Printed Solid. And all of a sudden I seen the description. I'm like, that is too funny.
Yeah. Nope. It is Gustav the Turtle. For those of you that can't figure it out, it's Gustav the Turtle multicolored version.
Gustav the Turtle. I'm not familiar with that model. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, you will. It's actually pretty well. It's pretty neat in multicolor. Now I don't know about the single color one, but it looks pretty neat. Another spinner. I've made one spinner in my 3D printing lifetime.
Ditto.
And it is laying in there on the shelf. It's actually pretty cool. It's the TIE Fighter spinner. It's the only one I've ever made.
Mine's the Iron Man. It's the arc reactor spinner.
Yeah. But I did the TIE Fighter one, and that's all I've ever done.
I'll tell you what, it has gotten very, very hard to pick things for Xander's Thing Thursdays.
I bet.
And I don't know, like Xander will pick something and then I'll say to him, can you talk about that for 2 minutes? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, dude, you got to pick something that you're passionate about, but there's just nothing out there.
Hey.
I mean, there's tons of things out there, but then we end up with all this crap sitting around.
I know something he could talk about for more than 2 minutes.
What's
all
that?
All you gotta do is search for Layers a Lot, and there's a special Layers a Lot on there that he could talk about for more than 2 minutes. I promise.
That thing's awful creepy. Actually, no. Out of all the things with your face on it, that's probably the coolest one.
It is pretty cool. Carl did a great job.
The mug with your face on it's pretty creepy.
I like the cup. The cup's pretty good, but the wine glass that just doesn't go. And I hate to say it, I love Matt. Oh, look, inside the Minder Matt's here. He's printed 600 spinners.
Yeah, I missed that. I got into 3D printing just a month too late.
Yeah, I was a few months late on that myself.
I tested the motion on the printer I'm building, though I cheated and just wired it up to a DaVinci. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't consider that cheating. I consider that smart testing. That's probably the one thing that really not bit me, but that I probably should have done different was the whole entire printer design was new to me. But so were all of the electronics, the whole entire hot end, everything on this was different. So it did take a little while. And I mean, all of you guys and Walter were a huge, huge help in getting that sorted out. But I'm learning a lot about the duet, and the more I learn about it, the more I like it.
It is pretty nice, man. I'm not going to lie. It's a very nice piece of equipment. Your printer moves funny, man.
My printer moves funny?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It just moves funny.
Well, yeah, because the bed doesn't move.
Well, that and the way you've got the X carriage and all this, it's just funny looking.
I think it's a beautiful piece of machinery.
I bet. I do too. I think it turned out fantastically. I will say that.
John, why would I have my kid print an incense burner? That's a little messed up, brother.
Yeah, Xander's gonna open up with peace, man.
Yeah. Yo, man. Where's the Cheetos? Oh no, that dragon is pretty cool.
I can just hear Xander now, but I don't like Cheetos.
I will definitely collect up that that dragon.
There's the other Matt.
Oh, now all of a sudden we're full. That's because you called him out. You said something, and then all of a sudden, boom, there he is. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's getting hard to pick. And, you know, we've been doing this now for, I think we filmed 64 episodes total, which is pretty miraculous for a kid to do this for over a year.
Matt, what I was saying about you, we were talking about the Sir Walter layers a lot that Carl did, and it's really cool. And Glenn said the mug with my face on it was really creepy. And I said, well, the wine glass was kind of crazy because I ain't nowhere near drinking wine. And I said, oh, Matt's not here. That's what I said about you.
That's not what he said.
Water. I can put
Matt
water
is
in.
so annoying.
What's that?
I said, that's not what you said. You said that guy Matt was really annoying.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot that part. I left that part out.
Matt and his family are wonderful.
They
but
are.
I'll tell you what, Matt snores like a banshee.
I wouldn't know that. I'm going to tell you.
It's either Matt or Dixie, one of them. No, Matt and his family are good people. Walter needs a mason jar with his face.
I do. That would work.
All right, Poppy Run, go eat your dinner. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you. I only live like 15 minutes from Poppy Run, but I don't see him ever. Oh, another Matt. Matt Johnson's here.
Yep.
It's the hour of the Matts.
Search Kuntry on Thingiverse now.
Dixie said she doesn't snore. Well, it wasn't Bailey because nothing that loud's coming out of something that cute.
Now it's the Kuntry Sir Walter layers a lot. So you can print, you can just search for Kuntry now.
What? Nobody's gonna spoon feed me and give me the thing number?
No, just search for Kuntry on Thingiverse. Kunt. Come on.
I found it.
That's easier than copying the daggum thing number.
I found it. I'm even gonna be nice enough to put it in the chat.
Okay.
Big Steve says he's got his hotel for Murph. I have not yet.
Well, you may not be at the Hampton then.
I'm a procrastinator. I just got my hotel yesterday for Orlando Maker Fair.
Because I think the Hampton, when I got mine a week ago, only had like 6 rooms left.
I just call and tell them who I am, and they'll boot somebody else out.
Yeah.
Nobody screws with the Fun King.
Yeah, I got mine. What, last week? I think it was week before, maybe. You know, if you go through booking.com, you don't have to pay now. You pay later.
Yeah, I always go through hotels.com because I get free rooms.
Yeah. Big Steve said he just got Hampton yesterday.
Well, what scares me is about the Hampton is last year, people were saying that if you didn't book directly through Hampton, that you could get booted. Like there was people who had booked rooms through third-party sites and they were getting bumped out.
Yeah.
No, I'm not commuting to Orlando Maker Fair. I got a hotel 10 minutes down the road. That's too much driving of the truck back and forth.
Matt, are y'all staying at the Hampton?
Make sure you reserve without paying. You pay before still, or you run. Wait a minute. Make sure if you reserve without paying, you pay before still, or you run a risk of getting booted. Okay, so make sure that you pay ahead of time.
Yeah, they didn't even give me the option.
Hilton Honors is free and had the best price. I actually just signed up for that Hilton Honors.
Yeah, last year I had the Quality Inn next door to the Hampton, and it was a nice hotel.
To get to the opposite hotel that Walter gets. I can imagine him knocking on my door at 2 a.m. asking what I brought with me. Yeah, got any brew cement?
I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm knocking on your door at 2 a.m., you better follow me because the building's on fire. And I'm just being nice, slowing down by your room.
I wish I could afford the time and money to go to Murph. I tell you what, if I won't say to replace your vacation with it, but if you're going to make any trip, that'd be the one. Well, I can't. That's not really fair anymore because Earth was awesome.
Earth was awesome. I enjoyed it.
One or the other. You got to go to one or the other, or both. Definitely both.
I don't know if I'll make Earth this year or not. I'll have to see. If I do, I'm making a loop around all of that traffic and coming in from the other side.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm sorry. I'll add 3 hours worth of driving to my trip just to stay out of the 5 hours worth of traffic.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, you'll add 3 hours as far as distance goes, but really you'll cut 10 hours out of the trip.
Yeah, there you go. Right, exactly.
Oh, that was miserable. 2 a.m. is the middle of the night for old guys like Walter.
2 a.m. is the middle of the night. No, it ain't. That's about 2 hours before I get up to have coffee.
You all need to change to location of Murph to somewhere here in the Netherlands. That way I can attend. Well, actually, all you got to do is start your own. It could be NERF, the Netherlands Rep Festival. I'm saving for New York Maker Faire next year as I'm coming from the UK. It won't be cheap. Well, I'll tell you, my opinion, you'd be better off going to Murph or Earth if you're coming for the 3D printing. New York Maker Faire was fun and it was awesome, but it is not what Murph and Earth are as far as 3D printing goes. Just my opinion. Matt said go west, not east around Baltimore. I went right through Baltimore, and I'm not even sure how that happened.
Yeah, the thing is, man, you could drive west almost to Arkansas and come around and still make it faster than going through friggin' Washington.
Make that left turn at Albuquerque.
You're exactly right. I'm sure I could go through what's that town in Alaska? I could swing by there and pick people up and come back faster.
Nome, Alaska?
Well, any of them. I don't care. Juneau.
Earth just cost me an extra $56 because I forgot to pay a $6 toll. Ouch.
Yeah, that sucks.
That brand new light bulb I put in is flickering.
It's your fault.
I bought them off of eBay. Two out of 6 were bad. I'm not real happy with them. Or off of Amazon.
Oh, I bet, Patrick. I can almost guarantee you, people love the 3D printers when they go and they're not used to seeing them.
Yeah, when they finally find somebody who will take a moment to explain what it is and what it does, I love to see the look on people's face when they're not really sure what it is, and all of a sudden they realize what you're doing. Like you see the light go off in their head, and you're like, yeah, now you're hooked.
Which, don't get me wrong, is really cool when you can go to one of these small maker fairs and it's you and maybe one other printer there. That's awesome. But if you're going to just to go to a maker fair, if you want to just go see 3D stuff, Earth or Murph are your
yeah, I mean the maker for the big, all of the maker fairs. I like going to the maker fairs. Like the Orlando one, when we went last year and we got there and kind of started looking around, I had said to my wife, I said, well, maybe we shouldn't have bought 2-day passes. We may be able to see all this in one day. And by the end of the second day, we were sad it was over. There was so much to see, and the battle bots, and they do Power Wheel racing, which they're not Power Wheels anymore. They're all custom built, but it's just phenomenal. And I don't know. It was just, in fact, I enjoyed Orlando Maker Faire last year more than I enjoyed New York Maker Faire last year. So, and there was no 3D printing really to speak of at all at Orlando last year. But so if you're into more than, I think somebody said it back just a little bit ago, if you're into more than just 3D printing, then a Maker Faire is definitely a good place to go. But if you really care about 3D printing and the people in this community and the YouTubers of this community, then Murph or Earth is where you go to get to meet everybody. Well, and the vendors too. It's fantastic to get to go and meet the people from Printed Solid and to get to meet the people from Matter Hackers, like that you've dealt with, and then you get to actually see them in person. So.
Hey, Jason, you said you had school that morning. Earth was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday event.
Well, it was actually a Saturday, Sunday event.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The makers got to go in Friday afternoon.
Right. But I don't think they've announced. I don't think they've announced the dates for Earth for this year, for 2019. But this past year, it was in July.
Which I will say was a great respite leaving Florida and going to Maryland because it was cooler.
Well, it worked out because, I just said to the wife, hey, why don't we vacation in Washington, D.C. this year? And by the way, on the way there.
Yeah.
But we had a really good time in D.C.
The thing is, how long did y'all stay in D.C., Glenn?
We were there for, I think, 3 days.
Yeah, that's got to be a minimum time that you can go, because we tried to see as much as we could in one day. You can't see squat in one day in Washington, D.C.
No, well, and everything, even though it's on top of itself, is so far away.
Oh yeah.
We were down in the mall. We were going to the different Smithsonian's, and then we decided that we wanted to go. Well, we were going to go to the Lincoln Memorial to see the changing of the guard.
Right.
And so we took one of those, the guys with the bike rickshaws.
Yeah.
We asked him if he, hey, can you take us down to the Washington Monument? And he's like, sure. And then he said, well, it's closed. And I'm like, that's fine. We just want to see it. And then we're going to go to the Lincoln Memorial. And he's like, do you want me to take you to? I'm like, no, the Washington's fine.
Yeah. Not
realizing that those two are still a really, really long way apart.
It's a little over a mile from the monument to because we were up. I forgot where we were on the National Mall, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, well, let's go to the Lincoln Memorial, right? So we start walking, and I see one of those rickshaws, and I'm like, how much is it to get to the Lincoln Memorial? Because I didn't feel like walking, right? And she's like, I think she said $20 or $15 or $20, something like that. Or she said, I tell you what, I'll take you and you pay me what it's worth, I think is what the lady said.
Yeah, they like to do that.
Yeah, well, we stopped and she took a picture, well, as close as you could get to the White House, because you can't get close to the White House anymore.
Right.
So we took a picture with the White House in the back, and then she took us on to the Lincoln Memorial. So we were a good 2.5 miles from the Lincoln. So when we got there, I handed her 20 and said, thank you for the ride.
Yeah, no, and it's worth every penny too.
Absolutely. Now you can rent the bicycles too there on the mall.
Well, the best deal that we found was the Metro.
Yeah.
They're the blue, like the blue line or something.
Yeah.
It was just a bus that ran around, and you bought a pass. You could get on and off it all day long. But we didn't find out about it until the end of our last day there.
Well, the thing is, we got the Metro pass for the Metro rail from where we were at our hotel or whatever, and we got I think it was the 7-day pass was cheaper than us buying single day passes.
Right.
So we bought a 7-day pass for 1 day on the Metro, and it was cheaper that way. Yeah, and Glenn, Jake from State Farm said, "Wow, still going." Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off of here, man. It's been 2 hours, and this chair is killing me, dude.
You're such a quitter.
I am. I know. I can't help it.
I live with back pain every day. You hurt your back one time, and all of a sudden it's boo hoo hoo.
That's right. It ain't one time. This ain't the first time for sure.
All right. Well, that's all right. We'll wrap this up. I didn't get a full Benji out of here, but it's looking pretty good. I'm sure you'll all get to see it because I'll post pictures of it and stuff. Robbie Mack said, "Glenn is printing." Woo! Yeah, it's she's been working. So, and again, anybody that's if you're within the sound of my voice, I guess that doesn't really work anymore. But again, the whole entire Fun King 3D clan will be at Orlando Maker Faire this coming weekend. It is open on Saturday and Sunday from, I believe it is 10 to 5. The Benchy is behind Ant Clabs. Well, yep, sorry about that, but sponsors come first.
Let me say this to all the listeners that are planning on going to Orlando Maker Faire, or maybe not, to see Fun King. If you don't go to see Glenn, at least go to meet Miss Priscilla and Zach and Xander, because they are really nice folks. They really are. Not that Glenn fella, but the rest of them are.
Well, you definitely got to come and meet Zach. He's the star.
Yeah, but watch Zach, because he'll charm you out of your underwear.
I'm pretty sure Xander's still up here listening to me say that. I don't know. He's mumbling something over there, but it's funny that you say that, Matt, because when I started the stream tonight, I said, "Hey, everybody, I'm Glenn, and this is the FK1, and together we are Fun King 3D." And Xander comes around the corner all like, "What? You replaced me with machinery?" The only reason that Xander doesn't really join me on the Fun in the Country basement streams is because he doesn't have any projects that he can work on, and he could probably have some projects that he could work on if I didn't take up all of the space. The printer is actually on a different table tonight because it was just easier that way. It's easier than moving it on and off of the bench. So now we just move the whole entire table back and forth. But no, I won't replace Xander.
I do want to say, if he's listening, I haven't seen him comment, or if he is using a different name, thank you for the sub, Mr. Albert Craig. Thank you very much.
You broke up on my side. Say that again.
Mr. Albert Craig, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.
There you go. Yeah, I didn't know if it broke up for them too, but I wanted them to get special props. So, and speaking of props, I am going to run down the list and thank each and every one of my sponsors for the FK1 project. I know sometimes I say it kind of tongue in cheek and in the middle of a stream, but I am dead serious that I am super, super appreciative of IC3D, Duet 3D, Bondtech, BL Touch from Ant Clabs, the guys over at Open Builds, E3D, Hot Ends, Walter from Kuntry 3D. Our latest add-on is Printed Solid, Uncle Ron, Scott McClellan, and I do want to throw a special shout out to Shom from Skewed View 3D because he has kicked me some funding to go towards the project as well. And there's others out there, and I feel bad for not being able to name everybody, but it's just so many. Prusa is not on my sponsor list, though that printer did build this printer. Every piece on this printer was printed on my, what was 2S and now is a 2.5. So, absolutely. But no credit to them. No. So, but, and then of course, just purely the support that came from the community through this whole thing. I kept it silent for a long time. It was a big secret. but as soon as word got out, the interest and the compliments and the comments mean the world to me. Even though naysayers out there who told me it wasn't going to work, you're still appreciated, because that just drove me even harder to make it work. So I do not need Proof Cement. I have IC3D, who custom made me my own Fun King 3D yellow PETG. So, all right, Walter, if you'd like to do your outro.
Yeah, I do. But first, I got to say thank you, Gregory. I'm not going to murder your last name for becoming a subscriber. And if you're not subscribed to Kuntry 3D, Fun King 3D, or Chris's Basement on YouTube, go do so. The links are below. I am Walter from Kuntry 3D, and thank y'all for hanging out. We do Fun in the Country Basement every Sunday, and I stream pretty much every day other than Friday. I haven't this past week because of medical problems, but I will be back tomorrow night, 6 to 8 p.m. So join me live, and we'll have a chat.
You realize that's how you realize, or that's how you know you made it big on YouTube, is when you have medical issues that stop you from streaming. Then you're a big YouTuber.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, everybody, I am Glenn, and Xander is normally with me. He's over playing video games. This is the FK1, and we are Fun King 3D. We are a father and son team who love to do 3D printing and electronic projects. I have to say, I have a little bit of anxiety that this project is almost over, because I don't know what I'm going to do with my time after that. But Xander does a Xander Sing Thursday every Thursday. The next two, the one coming out this week is special because of Orlando Maker Faire. The jokes, both the next 2 weeks coming up, we no longer let Xander read the joke ahead of time. Either I or his mom pick a joke, and we make him read it live, just hot on camera, so the reaction is even funnier. And what else is going on? We do have a Mailbag Monday coming out tomorrow. But other than that, you won't see me for a bit. We'll probably do some live streaming from the Orlando Maker Faire, just like quick makeshift on the fly. So if you're available, you can pop in and see us. It's not going to be a huge production, but yeah. Oh yes, I do still have the MPCNC, which is around here in a bag somewhere. So yeah, that's definitely a project that I can move into. Did I forget anything? Oh, we're available pretty much everywhere at Fun King 3D. FunKing3D.com would be your main source. And if you're ever looking for these streams, FunCountryBasement.com. I think that's it. I think I got it all. Thank you for the well wishes. And again, I'd like to be as transparent as I can. So as soon as I know something, I will definitely let the world know, whether they are going to fix it or I'm going to have to do the show with an eye patch. I'm trying to take it as lighthearted as I can, because there's nothing I can really do about it. It's in the doctor's hands and in God's hands, and we'll see what happens. So I guess that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So thanks for being here. As always, we absolutely we love you guys. We love you being here, and I guess that's it. So as always, print on.